So I'm currently sick, so please, my voice is gonna sound like ass. But a while ago, aka yesterday, I set up dual boot on my computer, right? I changed the main, like, I didn't put this in that video, but I set the main drive to be my, Linux drive, because then I can select either Linux or Windows. So before it was set for my, main M.2 SSD to be set as the last drive option. So the first one was this, which had Windows 10 on it, and then it was like two Ethernet options, I think. And then it was my M.2. So I changed it. So M.2 is the first, and the second is my SATA 3 adapter uh, with Windows 10 on it. So it worked. Windows 10, it has it. There you go. It's licensed and everything, because this computer originally came with Windows. And it boots up fairly quick. There we go. See, boots up fairly quick. I got my PIN. I signed into my, Microsoft account, everything. And honestly, it worked just fine. My laptop, obviously, the screen keeps glitching because that's hardware problem, not software. So it boots up just fine. It logs in just fine. My background, kind of trying to do a double whammy, but it doesn't really work. So I was like, okay, let me just change some functions, aka change how the taskbar looks like. Taskbar doesn't do that. It hides away. There's no like transparency effects, all that jazz. And then I went to Roblox, right? I was like, okay, I got Windows 10. I can play different types of games. For example, Roblox, because Linux can't do that, or some other apps that only Windows can run, or school wants me to use Windows, but it's never happened before. But and I set up Windows 10, dual boot. I hop on Roblox. I go to Car Crashers because I haven't played it in a while. I go to max settings. It took like a good half minute for it to stop lagging. Well, faster this time, even though it's max settings. So it stopped lagging and it worked just fine. And then it crashed. So a fresh install of Windows 10. Okay, so a fresh install of Windows 10 did not save me. Basically, I used that computer to install it on a fairly new SanDisk USB. I bought the USB like a couple weeks ago, so it couldn't have been install error. That computer never turned off while installing Windows. I downloaded the install thingy directly from Microsoft.com, fresh media creation tool, fresh Windows 10 install, and I did that all in the same day, and I never forgot to do eject for the USB. I set it up, I put it on, I didn't have I had no adapter in between, so there couldn't have been any errors while installing onto the NVMe, aka Windows 10 drive. I was playing Roblox. Wow, there's still input lag. You know what I noticed? Input lag is always present on Windows 10 at least. Could just be my Wi-Fi, I don't know. So, I was playing Roblox because, it's just, you just start the game and boom, You start a game, you start it up and you're already playing. Easy whammy, bammy. Don't have to wait 5 years for it to load. And then, screen froze, and over here I see kernel error failure or something like that. I didn't take a picture. I was just, peacefully driving in this game and then it just crashed out of nowhere. Which, is really annoying because the only thing that I've uninstalled from this computer is OneDrive, Weber. I think I recorded all, but all I uninstalled was apps I don't really use or need. I didn't really uninstall any features that I that the computer has, because I was like, nah, I don't need to, But for some reason it still crashed anyway, and because it said kernel error, that means there's something wrong with the CPU, right? No. There's nothing wrong with the CPU or graphics card. Time it said, a couple times it's also said memory failure. But last time, not when I was setting up Windows 10 dual boot. Last time I opened my computer just to clean it, I reinserted the RAM sticks. I blew on the slot, and also the RAM stick to make sure there's not like any dust on there, just in case. I put it in. I made sure it was all the way in, so I couldn't see any of the pins, gold pins, when it was slotted in. And still, it just, it didn't want to do that. It just kept giving me problems. Actually, no, sorry. It didn't give me any more problems. It's just like kernel errors from now on. Which is stupid, because Linux plays Minecraft just fine. Linux play Minecraft? Yeah, that's no problem. I was able to play Bed Wars like it's nothing, I played Bed Wars with with two of my friends via the internet. And it worked just fine. And 32 gigs of RAM, yeah, that's fine, no problem. But whenever I boot up Windows on this machine, sorry, I'm gonna crash now. But before, when I had 8 gigs of RAM, or, mixed dual channel, aka 16 gigs of RAM, which weren't even like the same brand from the same machine, or same speeds, or same latency. So 4 inconsistencies, and yet it didn't crash for any reason. But I get 2 RAM sticks that are bigger, but are completely the same. They were in the same kit. They weren't. Sorry, I'm gonna crash now. But surprisingly enough, now it's not giving me that problem. I don't know, maybe it's fixed itself. That's the ringest part of hardware. Maybe it's fixed itself. Maybe it's just, it's not doing it because I'm recording. I don't know. Whoa. Skibidi bop bop bop, skibidi bop beep beep, skibidi bop bop bop, skibidi bop sweep zip. Anyways, but like seriously, I don't get it, man. I don't get it, man. Let me tell you something. This makes no sense. So I guess it's fine now. Screen glitching, that's fine. That's on Linux. That's always hardware, but it's not software. But for some reason now it works just fine. See, look, scroll up and down. Is this all favorites? No. Oh, it's oh, not on my For You page. Never mind, I am. What the hell? Why is recommended in here now? Well, I'm not gonna ask questions as long as nothing bad happens. Boink. Yeah, so Roblox runs fine this time. Like, let me just... Actually, you know what I had open that time, too? Like, I had Task Manager open, right? On this window. I was checking out, like, if I had both disks, it was like, fine. I have this, yeah. I have the GTX 1050. Surprisingly enough, my graphics are pretty hot. The integrated ones on my CPU, over 60 Celsius. I'm not surprised. It's a laptop, but still. See, it picks up all the 32 gigs of RAM. My CPU is my CPU. I don't know what you expect me to say here. Picks up the CPU fine. It picks up that I have 2 RAM sticks inserted because there's only 2 RAM slots, surprisingly. Maybe because it's AMD, I don't know. But like disk 0 is obviously going to be this one for Windows. But Linux recognizes this is the main drive. And this is the, unusable drive because it's, different formatting apparently. But this one, look, this one is system disk. It has a page file. This one obviously doesn't have a page file, isn't system disk, and is doing nothing because it's primarily Linux. So, doesn't do anything. I might make it so that I don't use an adapter anymore, M.2 adapter, and I actually buy a SATA 3 SSD and then put Windows on that. I'll have to see whether or not I'm gonna do that yet. Also, surprisingly enough, I had it on better performance instead of best performance, and Roblox ran pretty good on max graphics, especially for a driving game. So I guess it's no longer crashing. Oh, that was weird. Oh, so that's how it saves memory. It just unloads it. Okay, fair enough. It's cool. Skibidi bop bop bop, skibidi bop beep beep. Yeah, I guess it's fine now. Maybe last time was just inconsistency or something. I don't know what was happening with last time. So maybe it was just a one-time thing, maybe because I just freshly installed it and it randomly crashed because it was still getting used to it. I did update it, so that should be fine. The when I was setting it up last time, this display didn't appear. I was so confused on why, but it was because it's just stupid, stinky. You didn't update computer. So maybe there's another. Aha, that makes sense. There's more updates. Realtek, advanced micro devices. Realtek, okay. What are the optional driver updates? Oh, Lenovo, that's for my monitor. Okay, let's install all of these, and maybe it should be even more stable. You know what I'm never gonna get though? Again, this garbage. Windows 11 caused me even more problems. Sure, it never crashed, but it was slow and buggy, ate up my RAM like it's nothing, ruined my performance in games, and really loved to, just try to be fancy in the worst way. It's like a Windows 10 knockoff. It's like Windows 10 remastered, but it's in AAA modern games. You know how games suck. Yeah, they just like games nowadays from big companies. They're just cash grabs. No, there's no garbage. Let's go. It's so close to it. Goodbye. Yeah, okay. This video was pretty boring. I'll admit to you that. So, Windows 10, I guess, is no longer being buggy, but I'm still gonna use Linux as my main machine because Linux is pretty good. So, yeah, that's good. Thank you guys for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. I'm so sick. I'm gonna go lie down on my bed right now. So, yeah. Whoa, I got white teeth. Wow. Cool. Bing. Guess which computer just crashed while I was filling up my water bottle?